book called Razorblade Tears by S.A.Cosby. Really good. He's a Black author from Virginia. It's kind of like an action book, which was really different for me because I like thrillers and all that stuff. So it was a little different to read an action book, but it was pretty cool. But anyways, the book is about two fathers, and both of their sons just recently died, so they're like on a path of revenge to avenge their son's death. Their sons were both gay and were married to each other, but the fathers did not approve of their lifestyle, didn't attend the wedding. Both of the fathers, you know, got into some trouble with the law, and they're ex-convicts and they're trying to like change their life around. So they have like feelings about homosexuality because of experiences in like the penitentiary and stuff like that. So they basically didn't have good relationships with their sons while their sons were living because of their lifestyles. So when the sons passed away, they had like tremendous amount of guilt that they didn't have the relationship that they wanted with their sons, and they felt like avenging their son's death would kind of bring them some type of peace to deal with the bad relationships that they had. So I thought it was an amazing book. I just want to ask you guys as fathers, knowing that you both have sons, what is your stance and how would you move in a situation like that if you were to, you know, in the future, your son decided that they wanted to be homosexual?
I wouldn't feel no kind of way about it. You know what I'm saying? You are who you are, bro. Like, I mean, you said decided, man. Like, is it? I mean, is it a choice or they born that way? Like, I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? If you was homosexual, bro, I don't care. Like, you still my son. You still, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna love you anyways, bro. Like, I can't help what you like. You know what I'm saying? I can just still put some character in you, bro. You can still be a upstanding man, bro. Even if you gay. You feel me? Like, gay people can be upstanding men. But yeah, that's my stance on it.
I'd have strippers on an hour every hour to shake their ass until he learns to like it.
Listen,
You know what I'm saying?
you sound like
Get
Blueface.
that,
You going to
get
jail.
that, man. No, I really wouldn't care. I really wouldn't care. In my mind, I would have jokes because we gonna have jokes. We gonna clown you regardless. We gonna clown you. We gonna whatever. But it doesn't change that they're my son. Doesn't change how I feel about them. I'm not gonna look at myself also like, dang, did I do something wrong as a man, as a straight man? Like, did I not, whatever, did I push him away? Like, I don't know. I'm not, I wouldn't even question the way I fathered him. I'd just be like, all right, but I already know how, the kind of world that we're living in, the influences. I'll just try to, I would be against it. Like, I'm not promoting it, but if it happens, then it happens. But I'm not gonna be like, yeah, you see that? That's a girl. You should like a girl when you. I'm not doing that at a young age, trying to push, him into like whatever he sees. I would just hope that that's what's mimicked in the future. I saw a mommy, I saw a daddy. It wasn't two women, it wasn't two men. Like, so that's my interest. So even if he's around somebody who has two fathers or who has two mothers, it's not. He can question it. He's gonna be curious, but he don't have to be like, I want two mommies or I want two daddies. Like, he knows what he has at home. I just want to make sure that that's promoted well, so he don't have to be looking for answers anywhere else. Like no, you see us.
Along the lines of what you said, and what it was that you wouldn't be pushing like the okay, Beam, this is a girl, you gotta like girls such and such. Like, cause I kind of struggle with this because of like sometimes they be watching stuff on the iPad, and I'm like, okay, Beam, like that's not what you need to be watching as a boy. You know what I'm saying? That's not. So like, what's your stance on that? As
Yeah, you're not getting your nails done with mommy. No, like you're not wearing a skirt. No, like you're not doing that. I'm not promoting none of that. Like, I don't care what they doing at school. I don't care. you know, drag queen type stuff. Like, no, you're not doing none of that. Like, I don't even, and that's not for this reason, but I hate glitter. Like, it's everywhere. Why is that here? I hate glitter.
How does that relate?
It's just like, no, you know, like absolutely not. So yeah, I'm not pushing it, but it's like you're not about to be doing that. Like you can have a mommy and son day and y'all go do whatever, but it ain't gonna be you getting lashes, you getting no, not happening.
But how would you handle the iPad thing? Like if your son on the iPad, because like a lot of the stuff is so colorful and girly, so they gravitate to those types of shows. Like
Yeah.
how would you handle that? Would you be like, "Oh, you can't watch that. That's a girl show," or "That's a you know what I mean?"
I'm always confused about like what is the actual correlation to those like having girl interest or boy interest and actually being homosexual or heterosexual. Because I was reading something, it was like years ago, and it was something that said like the reason that pink and blue became like the designated colors for gender was had something to do with like an advertising scheme, like they were trying to sell something, and so they just picked a color like it
Associated one with
just yeah just pick, okay, we're going to pick pink for girls and blue for boys, and then since then that's been what it was to associate for gender. But it's just like if it had been the reverse, would we think that blue is a feminine color? Like what is the actual correlation between these inanimate things and homosexuality and heterosexuality? Because I say that to say, like, you do have heterosexual or homosexual people that do things that don't conform to what you think, you know, their gender or their sexual preference would be. So, you know, girls who play sports but are heterosexual and vice versa. So it's like, I can understand why it would be like eyebrow raising, like, oh God, you know, he's playing with Barbies. Does that mean, you know, this or that? But I don't know. Sometimes I get concerned and I'm hyper aware now, even as a parent, like by paying extra to attention to these things and looking at it through an adult lens. Am I unintentionally like creating more of an issue by by making a big deal of it? Like, are they even perceiving it that way? Like, oh, I'm
yeah.
watching a Barbie commercial, or are they just like, oh, this is the commercial that's on during the show that I'm watching? Like, I
Yeah,
would
so
want to understand more of what their association is.